Good evening. This is Kilo 4 Juliet Uniform. Net control calling the greater PD 2-meter net. My name's Dennis and I'm located in Whiteville, North Carolina. This net meets nightly at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on the W4PD repeater to handle traffic to and from the coverage area of this repeater. All amateurs are cordially invited and encouraged to participate. This net may be superseded by the Aries Severe Weather Net in times of an emergency. Do we have any emergency or priority traffic? If so, call Net Control Kilo 4 Juliet Uniform. Do we have any liaison stations on frequency this evening? Call Net Control K4JUU. Does anyone have any announcements, bulletins, or formal traffic for the net? If so, call Kilo 4 Juliet Uniform. Well, hearing none, I'd like to remind everybody this is Saturday night, and that's the night for our rag chew. So please be prepared to stand by after the check-ins, and I'll go back through the list one more time, and we'll get a little rag chew out of everybody. Let's go ahead and start it off tonight with mobile and short-time stations. All mobile and short-time stations wishing to check into the greater PD 2-meter net, please call Kilo 4 Juliet Uniform.
K4JUU. Good evening, Dennis, at the greater PD 2-meter. Please check in short time. Kilo Juliet 4, India, Papa Bravo. KJ. Net control to the greater 2-meter net. Net control, good evening, Dennis. Everybody on the net. Whiskey 4 Mike Kilo Delta, north side of the border. W4MKD, Matinee Town in and out. Y'all have a good evening. K4JUU. Evening, Dennis in the net. Could you please check in KE4JWH, Jimmy. I'm mobile in Hartsville. K4JUU. Hello. K4JUU. This is K4IGA. Please check in here a short time tonight, Dennis. Bye.
K4JUU. This is KB4RRC, Donald and Florence. Short time tonight. Good evening, sir.
K4JUU.
Well, good evening to you, Dennis, and everybody on the net. Please check in short time, KJ4JKI, Kilo Juliet 4, Juliet Kilo India. My name is Ed in Conway. Have a good night, everybody.
K4JUU. Please check in November 9er, X-ray, Uniform, Yankee, Kristen Burton, short time.
Well, that was a good group to get started with tonight. Let's go back and recognize these fine folks. Starting off this evening with Ron from Ridgeville, KJ4IPB. Thanks, Ron. You have a fine evening. Appreciate you coming aboard. Matt in E-Town's out there, W4MKD. Good evening, Matt. Thank you for checking in tonight. Jimmy, mobile, got you on the log here. Be safe in the mobile, and that's KE4JWH. Good evening, Jimmy. Jack from Carver's Creek, got you logged in also. Jack, KI4IGA, thank you for coming aboard. Donald from Florence, KB4RRC, you are logged in, Donald. Good evening. Ed in Conway, always a pleasure, Ed. KJ4JKI. And Chris in Parkton, good hearing you tonight, Chris, N9XUY. Any additions or corrections to the short time and mobile list, please call Kilo 4 Juliet Uniform.
K4JUU. Good evening, Dennis, and everyone on the net. Please check in K4YLQ, Michael and Merle's Inlet.
Net Control, please check in KI4TGI, Larry and Conway. Now stick around for rate shoot.
Okay, that's another good couple there. Michael over in Merle's Inlet got you logged in, KI4YLQ. Thanks, Michael, for coming aboard. Larry from Conway got you logged in also, Larry. KI4 Tango Golf India. Appreciate it. Anybody else? Short time and mobile, call K4JUU.
K4JUU. When you get in, Dennis, everyone on the net, if you would check in, Kilo 4 Kilo November Juliet. K4K and JP Sam right 4.
Sam and Fork, you're officially logged in with the call sign of K4KNJ. Thanks, Sam. Well, I'm going to go ahead and close off the short time and mobile. Didn't hear anybody else out there, so I want to thank all those that did sign in. You are excused. Please come back as often as you can. We'll now move into regular roll call. Roll call will be in alphabetical order, starting with the first letter of your suffix. Please remember to give your call sign slowly, phonetically, along with your name, your location, and list any traffic you may have for the net. We'll start it out on Saturday night, as we do every Saturday, with Alpha through Delta. That's A through D. Call K4JUU.
Net Control. Yeah, K4JJU. This is N6AJK, November 6, Alpha Juliet Kilo, Dean and Conway. No rag to tonight. K4JUU. Good evening, Dennis and the net. Please check in Kilo 4 Alpha Victor Romeo, Mac and Florence, and I'll hang around.
Okay, Mac and Florence, I've got you hanging around. K4AVR, thanks, Mac. And from Conway, I've got NG Alpha Juliet Kilo, and I think it was Gene. Correct me if I'm wrong. I appreciate you being here. Your short time tonight got you logged in. Any additions or corrections to the Alpha through Delta group, call K4JUU.
Correction.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Dean. Dean with the D, Delta Echo Alpha November, and it's November 6, Alpha Juliet Kilo.
November 6th. I don't know why I wrote in November G. Oh, mercy. Okay, Dean, I've got you in there with the Delta. Thanks, Dean. We corrected the call and the name. Appreciate you coming aboard. You have a good night. Alpha through Delta, call K4JUU. Well, none heard. Moving right along, Echo through Hotel. That's E through H, call K4JUU.
K4JUU. Good evening, Dennis. Please check in KF4ECK Everett. Also lives KF4AYM Leon Conway.
And from Conway, North or South Carolina, we got Edward and Leon on the log tonight. That's KF4ECK and KF4AYM, respectively. Thanks, Edward. You're logged in. Appreciate you coming aboard. Anybody else? Echo through Hotel, call K4JUU.
K4JUU. Dennis, please hurry check in KE4GV. Clean and Lava, and I'll be by with you all the way.
Glenn and Lida, otherwise known as Lida Glenn, and that's K4JUU. Appreciate you riding with us all the way there, Glenn. Always good to hear you. Let's try it one more time. Echo through hotel. Call K4JUU. Well, looks like that's all we're going to get out of that group. My group, India through Lima. I through L, call Kilo 4 Juliet, uniform.
K4JUU. Good evening, Dennis. Good evening, everybody on notes. Please check in. KK4IOJ. Thomas and Darlington. And Dennis, I'll be in and out. 73 is all for a great rest of the weekend.
K4JUU. Good evening, Dennis and everyone. Please check in. Kilo Charlie 8 Kilo Sierra Kilo. That's KCA-KSK. Tom and Conway. I'll be around for 2.
I'm going to recognize KK4IOJ, Thomas in Darlington. Thanks, Thomas, for hollering at us. And we'll call you No Chew Thomas tonight. You're not going to be around. Thanks there, Thomas. And Tom in Conway, KC8KSK, got you chewing. Good enough. We'll be back to you shortly. Appreciate it. All right, let's move it on down to the M through P. That's Mike through Papa. Call K4JUU.
K4JUU. Good evening, Dennis. The group 2 will check in at 415 Edge, Georgetown. I'll be ready.
K4JUU. Please check in. KK4 OBX. Allen and Longs.
Well, that's 2 good operators there. Mitch in Georgetown and for Mike Fox. Got you logged in, Mitch. Appreciate it. And Alan in Longs. That's KK4OBX. Thank you, Alan, for dropping by tonight. Anybody else? M through P. Call K4JUU. None heard? Quebec through Tango's next. That's Q through T. Call Kilo 4 Juliet, uniform. Well, that looks like that's going to be an empty group. Uniform through Zulu. U through Z. Call K4JUU.
K4JUU. Good evening, Dennis and the net. Please check in. KG4 Yankee Victor Juliet, Susie and Florence. And since it's going to be late when you get through, I think I'll just listen so I can get to the PALS net.
K4JUU. Please check in. Kilo 4 Victor Echo Lima. Rodney and Pembroke. In and out tonight.
All right, there's 2 of them to finish off the list. That's Susie and Florence. She's going to be just listening tonight. That's KG4YBJ. Good evening, Susie. Always good to hear from you. And Rodney and Pembroke in and out tonight also. KK4 Victor Echo Lima. Thanks, Rodney. You have a fine evening also. Let me try it all the way through the alphabet this time. Alpha through Zulu. If you're out there and you have not checked in and would like to do so, it's your turn. Give me a call. Kilo 4 Juliet, uniform.
K4JUU. That's my turn, Dennis. Please check in November 4, November 5, Lima. Randall and Wake North Line.
It looks like that's going to wrap it up. Randall and Wagram. Got you logged in here at the tail end, Random. That's November 4, November Foxtrot Lima, N4 NFL. Thanks, Randall. All right, good net. That's 23 on the log tonight so far, and that's a good number. So I want to thank everybody for checking in with us. We'll go ahead and close the formal part of the net now and move on into a little informal rag chew with these fine folks that are here. Let's kick it off as we normally do in the evening with K4AVR, Mac over there in Florence. Mac, what in the world have you been up to today?
K4JUU in the group. This is K4AVR. Well, Dennis, today was a little bit different than our usual Saturday. We had a PE session going today over here, and Susie and I went over to help. We did have a gentleman with visual handicap that we figured we'd better be over there to help out because that does normally requires some extra effort, but there was no real need today. But in the process, we helped make 5 new technicians and 1 new general. So it was a very profitable PE session and a very profitable morning. And the rest of the time, we've been kind of hiding from the rain. K4AVR.
Well, great. Always good to have some more amateur radio operators out there. I was hoping that one general would have been Sam. I think he was studying for the test. Maybe it was Sam. I don't know. We'll see. Thanks, Mac. You and Susie for supporting the testing over there. Yep, always good to have more people getting licensed. Hope we get a bunch more. We need them for sure. Thanks for sharing your day with us, Mac. You have a fine evening. We'll clear with K4AVR and move it over to Edward in Conway and see what he's been up to today. K4ECK. KF4. Let's do that right. KF4ECK. Edward, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing fine, Dennis, and appreciate you doing the net. Fine net you do every Saturday night, for sure. Well, we started off as usual with the Grand Strand breakfast and down at Uncle John's and had a good turnout. I had about, I think, 10, 12 head there. Then come back to Conway and really never think we'd get in. It rained all the way from the beach and got back to Conway and it cleared up about 10 minutes to 10 and the Christmas parade started and they got the whole parade in without it raining, which I thought was a miracle. So went to the Christmas parade and then just kind of piddled around, done a few little odd and end things this evening, and that's about the day. Been a wet, rainy afternoon for sure, though. That's all I got, Dennis. Appreciate you doing the net. K4ECK.
All right, Edward. Well, I tell you what, you talk about rain. Yes, we had the rain here in North Carolina too. It poured it poured this afternoon and sprinkled about all day. It was enough to stop my walking this afternoon short. I only put in 3 miles. I had to quit. I figured I'd stay close to the house in case it really came down, and it's a good thing I did because it did really come down. Glad you had a good day and you got in that parade out there without any rain. And you're right, I'm sure that was a miracle the way the weather was today. Appreciate you hollering at us. Always good to hear you and the way you support the Saturday night net here, Edward. You have a fine evening, what's left of it. When I clear with KF4ECK and go over to Lyda Glenn, see what he's been up to today. KE4GV. Good evening, Glenn. Well, maybe I won't. We'll come back to him a little later. Let's try Tom in Conway, KC8KSK.
Good evening, Dennis, and everyone on the net. This is KC8KSK. Hope you're doing well. Good to hear everybody on net this evening. It's been pretty heavy rain here over the last few hours, but and I think we even have a tornado watch until 2 a.m. Sunday. So hopefully we won't get any of that. But outside of that, what I did today, this afternoon, anyway, was watch the Army-Navy game. Seems like Navy's been dominating that game since for the last 12 years now. Army lost 34-7. Kind of sorry to see that, but anyway, that's about it here, Dennis. Everybody have a good evening. K4JUU back in net control.
All right, Tom. Yeah, I heard about that over on the southeastern North Carolina traffic net about the 12 years now that the Navy's won. That's amazing. You'd think sometime within the last 12 years the Army would have got some decent players and been able to win, but apparently not. Well, next year is going to make it more important to try to break that instead of that 12-year streak. But yeah, we like I said, we had the rain quite a bit here too. Appreciate it, Tom. You have a fine evening, and I hope you have a good tomorrow there, and I hope the weather clears up. I'm going to clear with KC8KSK and go over to Mitch in Georgetown, see what he's been doing today. N4 Mike Fox. Top of the evening to you, Mitch.
Good evening, Dennis and Group, K4JUU, and for Mike Fox. Well, first off, I did a QRZ on the call, and was looking at what was posted there for the station. You had a rather nice layout, including that Joe Gunn beam up on the tower. I thought that was kind of interesting. So anyway, outside of that, here from the house, it's still 68 degrees here. We have rain still falling, and probably will for the next little while. But the only thing I did today was some running around in the rain. I tried to get some shopping done and the like, and back home, getting it here in the house without getting completely soaked. And still waiting around on a piece of correspondence from my bank so that I can ferret out the availability of my want for a Christmas present. So we'll just leave that there. I generally buy my own, and we'll see where that goes here. Probably won't get that until Monday, but hopefully I'll get it before Christmas, provided everything that they're supposed to work out does work out with this truck. Other than that, Dennis, spent yesterday working on the Drake TR6 I'm pretty sure it's going to be a resistor that I'm looking for based on what I was digging through yesterday whenever I was working on it. And I've got a list of those that I want to check. And the ABC circuit, not AGC, automatic volume control, back in those days. I've got to see where there's probably one of them that's heating up as it warms up, that changes its value and consequently changes the voltages and the whole loop, which is dropping the gain on the front end of the radio. So hopefully I'll get that ferreted out maybe tomorrow. Back to you, Dennis. You and the group have a good afternoon. K4JUU and for Mike Fox.
All right, Mitch. Well, good luck with the radio. Hope you get her going there tomorrow. And appreciate you hollering at us this evening. And I know what you mean about buying your Christmas present. I bought mine already. I'm driving it out there. That 2014 Kia Soul. That was my Christmas present for the next 5 years, I believe. Thanks, Mitch. Always good to hear you there. You have a fine evening. And, stay inside and stay dry. Let me clear with N4 Mike Fox and swing it over to Alan in Longs, K4OBX. How you doing tonight, Alan? And no Ellen. Okay. Let's see if Glenn's returned. K4JUU. Glenn, you light, are you out there? And no light of Glenn. Okay, Randall, you're up to bat from Wagram. I know you're there. N4NFL. Good evening, Randall.
K4JUU, one of those. Yeah, I'm here. I think I was sitting here playing solitaire and about missed my turn. I did miss my turn. I'm here playing this thing. Got my mind off of the radio. Man, I better pay attention. But I guess everybody probably heard me on the deal, on the woman thing. So, by the way, Jay Dennis, I didn't fall off the roof. I got the tarp up there, and I used the bungee cords from one side out, tied down on one side, and then on the other side, and then I put the 2x4s up there to hold it on the side. And I put somewhere the bungee cords were too, where they hooked to the tarp on the end down there, and on the other end over here. I tell you one thing, I'm gonna have to put some reflective tape on that guy wire up there. I about took my head off up there on the roof. And you can barely see that thing. Man, that would have been awful. But it was still raining when I went out last. And that was after the rag season. I went right out the door after golf the rag season alone. I don't know what it's doing now. Maybe we'll get it fixed. I'm pretty sure we will. Other than that, that's it. Ain't got nothing. Well, nobody didn't hear this one. Did get my tape on nightstand. And the handles on that thing, Lord. It's ready to go. Ready to sell. Ready to get it out of here now. Tired of seeing it. Tired of talking about it. Other than that, that's it, Dennis. K4JUU, M4NFL, 7:30.
All right, Randall. Well, always good hearing you out there, and glad you got that cover up there, and she won't leak no more. That's good. Appreciate you hollering at us, and you have a fine evening. I'm at the bottom of the list, 23, but always good to put 24 and 5 and 6 and 7 down there. So if you're still out there and you haven't checked in and would like to get on the list before we close her out, I'm K4JUU, and this is a Greater PD 2-meter net. Call me. Well, I've already got W4PD down there, so looks like that's all we're going to get tonight, and that's good. Glenn, KE4GV, out there, Glenn?
Roger, Dennis. I'm sorry. I was fumbling around trying to find the foot pedal. I couldn't a while ago. I was half snoozing, just enjoying listening. Anyway, go ahead.
All right, Glenn. No problem at all. Yes, sir, buddy. Please accept my number 57 routine net report for December the 14th. The count is 23/1. Sign it K4JUU.
Dennis, can you make that 24 and 4JJ?
I sure can. I'm sure Glenn has already got it corrected to 24. Give me that call sign one more time, please.
And for Japan, Jack over the phone.
Jack in Florence, N4JJ. Got you on the log, Jack. Appreciate you hollering at us. Did you get the amended report, Glenn?
Roger. QSL, your number 57 as amended for 12-14-13. The numbers are 24/1. If somebody come to cover that.
Okay. Okay, yeah, you got the 12-14-13. You got the right date. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. You have a fine evening.
Thank you, Dennis. You do a good job. Appreciate it a lot. Jack, good to hear from you. K4JUU back net.
This is K4JUU Net Control, now securing the net and returning the W4 PD repeater to regular amateur service. I want to thank everybody for checking in this evening. Please go over and support your local PALS net that's starting up here in about, right now. So thanks, guys. Come back as often as you can. This is K4JUU saying good night and 73. And that's a wrap.